Logic, the successful rapper, has attained a level of success that many can only dream of. However, not all individuals admire his music due to several reasons. One prevalent reason is that his songs often feature straightforward and repetitive lyrics, leading to a sense of monotony and unoriginality. Furthermore, some people are put off by his frequent use of profanity. While explicit language is common among rappers, some listeners perceive Logic's reliance on it as excessive. There are individuals who simply don't appreciate his musical style, be it the production values or the lyrical content. But whether one likes Logic's music or not is a subjective matter based on personal taste. So what is the problem with Logic? Was it his music or was it his guts were too big? Let's find out. Think of it as a discussion, not an answer. Well, logical people have always been hated by the masses. Sadly, the masses comprise mostly people with very limited mental freedom. It lacks sensible people. Most people in a society are of a rigid mentality and identify with some kind of belief system. An important point to be noted here is that belief rules out all possibilities of free thinking, logic, and innovation. The moment you believe in something, you kill the possibility of exploring or researching any further. The problem is, logical thinking is hard work, and belief is convenient. So you see, people always want to take the easy way. They are scared of being outcasted by their societies. Almost everybody is capable of logical thinking, but they make a choice not to swim against the current. So, when somebody does step up with logic, it hurts the ego of the masses and individuals. Nobody wants to accept their way as the wrong one. Naturally, they hate the logical person. It is not actually the logic of the logical person that they hate, it is his guts. His music is too mainstream. As a mainstream rapper, Logic is often looked down upon by his peers in the hip-hop community. There are several reasons for this. Firstly, his music leans more towards a pop-oriented style compared to other rappers. This tendency stems from his background as a producer, leading him to create catchy and radio-friendly beats rather than opting for grittier and underground sounds. Secondly, he frequently relies on guest appearances, which some rappers interpret as a sign of weakness. Additionally, some rappers take issue with the simplicity and directness of Logic's lyrics, perceiving them as lacking depth or intelligence. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that not all rap music needs to be complex or controversial. Enjoyable and catchy songs can have their place as well. Ultimately, the preference for rap style lies with the listener, and personal taste plays a significant role in shaping musical preferences. He's too positive. In the world of rap, especially among those who come from challenging backgrounds, artists often portray a grim view of life in their music. They draw on their experiences growing up in poverty, witnessing daily violence, and facing the cutthroat nature of the industry. However, Logic stands out with a more optimistic perspective on life, infusing his music with positive messages about pursuing dreams and conquering adversity. This sunny outlook has not been universally appreciated, and some of his peers have mocked him for being too positive. Critics have labeled his music as corny and cheesy, exemplified by Lupe Fiasco singling him out in 2015. Nevertheless, Logic garners significant respect within the rap community. He is applauded for his intricate rhyme schemes and creative wordplay, and many consider him one of the most technically skilled rappers of his time. Whether admired or criticized, there is no denying that Logic possesses one of the most distinctive and unique voices in the hip-hop genre. He's not lyrical enough. Some rappers have criticized Logic for not being lyrical enough, suggesting that he doesn't incorporate sufficient creative wordplay or storytelling in his songs. Instead, they argue that he relies too heavily on similes and metaphors. However, it's important to acknowledge that despite these criticisms, Logic has achieved remarkable success in his rap career, having released 5 studio albums, all of which reach at the top 5 on the Billboard 200 chart. Logic has demonstrated his commercial appeal. Additionally, he has received multiple Grammy Awards and numerous nominations. underscoring his talent and recognition within the industry. While some rappers may question his lyrical approach, it's evident that many others appreciate and celebrate his style of rap. Musical tastes and opinions will always vary, and Logic's success speaks to his ability to resonate with a significant audience. He's not from the hood. In recent times, rap music has seen a rise in artists coming from tough inner-city backgrounds, which has led some rappers to dismiss Logic due to his middle-class suburban upbringing. They question his authenticity, arguing that he isn't real because he doesn't share the same environment as they do. However, there are compelling reasons why this perspective should not be viewed negatively. Firstly, Logic has demonstrated remarkable talent as a rapper, consistently proving his ability to hold his own against any MC. His skills and abilities in the rap game speak for themselves, regardless of his background. Secondly, Logic brings a much-needed voice of optimism and hope to a genre that often revolves around negativity. His positive messages and outlook offer a refreshing and uplifting contrast in the rap music landscape. Lastly, Logic's willingness to experiment with his sound ensures that he continuously brings freshness and excitement to his music. This artistic versatility allows him to explore new styles and evolve as an artist. He's a white dude. In the rap industry, being a white rapper is often perceived as a disadvantage, as many feel it hinders their authenticity in portraying a street image. Logic, a white rapper from Maryland, has faced significant scrutiny and criticism from his peers due to this perception. Some have accused him of appropriating black culture, while others question the authenticity of his rap. Despite these challenges, Logic has managed to achieve success in the rap world by staying true to his unique style. He has carved his own path and remained authentic to himself, which has garnered him a dedicated fan base. As an artist, Logic continues to evolve, and it will be interesting to observe how he is received by the wider rap community as he grows and develops his craft. Ultimately, his success is a testament to the power of staying true to one's artistic vision, regardless of external criticisms or stereotypes. He's too many pop culture references. The rap community is known for its competitive nature and territorial attitudes. When a rising rapper like Logic emerges with a unique style, some established artists may feel defensive about their position in the industry. One common criticism directed at Logic is that he heavily relies on pop culture references in his music, which some interpret as a lack of originality. However, it's crucial to recognize that hip-hop has always embraced outside influences. Throughout its history, the genre has incorporated elements from various cultures, including classic rock samples, literature, and film references. In this regard, Logic is merely following the tradition of his predecessors. Moreover, his use of pop culture references serves a purpose by making his music relatable and accessible to listeners. This quality is particularly valuable in an era where rap can sometimes feel disconnected from everyday life. Everyone sees him as corny. Rappers hold various reasons for their animosity towards the rapper Logic. Some perceive him as a cornball or try-hard who lacks authenticity within hip-hop culture. Others criticize his music for being too pop-oriented, arguing that it doesn't represent the true essence of rap as an art form. Moreover, there's a perception that Logic is a sellout, seen as Vanilla Ice 2.0, accused of appropriating black culture without genuine understanding or respect. These factors have contributed to the beef that many in the rap community have with Logic. However, it's essential to note that not all rappers share this sentiment. Some recognize and appreciate his musical talent, regardless of their beliefs about him being a real representation of hip-hop. Ultimately, each individual can decide whether they can respect and enjoy Logic's music, irrespective of the controversies surrounding him. Personal preferences and opinions will differ, making it a matter of individual choice. He's just a fad, There is a common belief that some people dislike Logic because they view him as a passing fad in the rap scene. They question his authenticity, perceiving him as not embodying the essence of real rap and being solely driven by financial motives. However, this perspective doesn't reflect the admiration many rappers have for Logic's skill and talent. Though he may not fit the conventional rapper mold, Logic has repeatedly demonstrated his prowess and has earned the respect of many in the industry. Collaborations with prominent names in rap, such as Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Rick Ross, further validate his standing as a force to be reckoned with. While some rappers may not be fond of his music, it's evident that Logic has solidified his presence in the rap world and is unlikely to fade away as a mere fad. Who knows, he might even go on to be considered among the greats in the future. As with any artist, opinions vary, and time will tell how his legacy in hip-hop will be remembered. What's wrong with his personality? Becoming one of the most successful young rappers often comes with making enemies along the way, and Logic, the Maryland-born rapper, has found himself in feuds with several of his peers in recent months. One notable rivalry involves fellow MC Wiley, who accused Logic of copying his flow on the track Take It Back. In response, Logic dissed Wiley on social media, leading to an ongoing exchange of insults between the two. Some rappers may dislike Logic for reasons such as his catchy and poppy style, which may not align with the preferences of hip-hop purists. Others might feel threatened by his exceptional talent and success, perceiving it as a challenge to their own standing in the industry. Despite the conflicts, Logic remains unapologetically outspoken and unafraid to voice his opinions, even if it means making enemies in the process. The rap scene can be highly competitive, and clashes like these are not uncommon as artists strive to establish their own identities and defend their positions within the genre. Lack of creative language and unoriginality. Logic has lots of ability. The way in which he literally raps, maneuvering and manipulating his mouth to glibly exercise jurisdiction over his vocal cords, is really incredible. No matter the pace, he flows impeccably and coherently. This should make lyricism easier, but these concepts are not naturally integrated. What Logic pens on paper, his words and the construction of his thoughts, is good at absolute best. A few standouts on occasion, but nothing particularly notable, dazzling, witty, or colorful. He has an extremely underdeveloped command of creative language. This is partially why Everybody was such a difficult record to sit through. He absolutely needed good, focused, consistent lyricism in order to string together such an ambitious and somewhat substantive record. He didn't, and for that reason it is his worst project to date. For anyone who may be perhaps confused or upset with this claim, literally pull up Logic's lyrics and decipher them. Don't think about how he's saying his rhymes. Read carefully and really ask yourself, do his rhymes have a healthy tinge of inventiveness? For this reason, Logic will never be regarded as an essential or legendary musician. He chases trends and is first in line to imitate his more successful peers. Sure, he does it with a stronger, more virtuosic flow, but a major component in the realm of art sounds is your identity. I don't know who Logic is. Many of his contemporaries, some of which he has a larger following than, sound like no one but themselves. A$AP Rocky, Joey Bada, Schoolboy Q, Young Thug, Pusha T, Denzel Curry, Tyler the Creator, ASAP Ferg, Vince Staples, Chance the Rapper, Earl Sweatshirt, and so on. Sometimes Logic rips off a Kendrick Lamar song. Sometimes he rips off some Drake cadences. Sometimes he wears his J. Cole influence on his sleeve. And after listening to his Bobby Tarantino 2 mixtape, you can add Travis Scott to the list. This is why his albums, especially Under Pressure and The Incredible True Story, are regarded as nothing beyond fine albums amongst the hip-hop public. They are musical déjà vu half the time. In the end, Logic, as a rapper, defies the traditional mold, which has led to criticism from some in the rap community who view him as a sellout and accuse him of appropriating black culture without genuine understanding or respect. However, he has also earned the admiration of many rappers who recognize his skill and talent. The controversies surrounding Logic are likely to persist, but it's evident that he has firmly established himself in the industry. His music resonates with a broad audience, irrespective of differing opinions on whether he embodies real hip-hop or not.